Sorry for the delay. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with the microphone and the headset. Just want to make sure that everything was good and squared away before we started the live stream or before I came on here and talked to you guys. Welcome back to another live watch along, 2 in a row. Another big game tonight. We have LAFC versus RSL Real Salt Lake. And this is going to be an interesting game for two teams, one trying to make the playoffs in RSL and the LAFC who are trying to move up the standings to try to get a higher seed. So we will see who wins this match. I actually have the New York City FC and Columbus Crew match on right now and see who's going to win this. It's 2-2. But I hope you guys are having a great night. Welcome back to the live watch along. Hopefully some of you were here last night as well. Please make sure you like the stream down below if you haven't already. We're going to do things a little bit differently tonight too. Post game, we're going to do, instead of doing a video post game, we're going to go live right after this game is over to break down the game with Nick. Nick will join us after this match, and we will be live immediately after this game. So you guys aren't going to want to miss that as well. Should be an interesting night. I think it's Isaiah. Sorry, you'll have to tell me. I mentioned this last night. You have to tell me how to pronounce your name. But he says, "Will, how are you? Here again. I appreciate you for stopping by, my friend." Adrian says, "Bro, I am so scared of Sun. I am an RSL fan because I'm going to the game. That's cool. I would love to go to the game. To go to watch LAFC, just watch any MLS game in person." Easy SA says, "Which one will win?" Well, we'll get your predictions on that as well. Who you guys think is going to win this match? Mister says, "Hi, Will. Good job. I'm off of work tomorrow. That's good. I'm glad you're joining us 2 nights in a row. Glad that you're off tomorrow, Mister. We know it's what is it, 3 in the morning in the UK right now, or 2 in the morning. Let's go LAFC. Jeff says, E Green Great Basin says, "I think Salt Lake misses the playoffs. Unfortunately, they might miss the playoffs. I think last I checked, they were, what are they? Are they in 9th place right now? Let me look and see what place they're in. Maybe they're outside. Oh, they're 10th place. So they're right on the edge of making the playoffs this year. They're 1 point out of 9th place, so they could make the playoffs. They could make the playoffs. They are very much in this game, or in the playoff conversation. RSL is, they could 2:30 a.m. Okay, so I always get the 5 or 6 hours past Eastern Standard Time. So 5 hours. So 2:30 in the morning. Late night for Mister. But RSL need this game, especially if they want to make the playoffs. They have 2 games in hand over San Jose, so they're very much in the thick of things. They definitely could make the playoffs. LAFC are trying to move up. They have 2 games in hand over 4th place Seattle. If LAFC win tonight, they will move up to 4th place in the Western Conference standings, and they will be. Let's see. So they have 3 games in hand compared to San Diego FC. They will be, if they win tonight, they'll be at 47 points. So they'll be 9 points out of first place with 2 games in hand at that point. They easily could get back into this. I think LAFC could be in contention for the first seed in the Western Conference. It's going to be really tough. I think it's more likely that they'll probably be like the 3rd or 4th seed, but they still have a lot to play for tonight because you want to try to get as much home field advantage as you can in the MLS Cup playoffs. So we'll see what happens. But as far as the starting 11, I'm going to pull the starting 11 up real quick and look at this. It looked pretty much the same to me. LAFC are going to rock with the 5 in the back again, which worked really well for them last game. Not surprised to see that they're going to rock with the 5 in the back, 3 midfielders, and then Son Heung-min and Denis Bouanga will be playing up top next to each other. Worked really well the last game. They won 4-2 over the San Jose Earthquakes. So I'm not surprised that they're running that back. It worked really well for them. And if it's not broke, then why fix it? Like it worked. It looked really good. So they have exactly the same starting 11 outside. Instead of Smoliakov starting at left wing back, they have Hollingshead starting tonight. But I want to ask you guys, what is your score prediction for the match tonight? RSL's playing at home. They need this game. They need this game badly, just like LAFC need to have this game if they want to move up in the standings. Who do you think is going to win tonight? What is your score prediction for LAFC versus RSL? Timothy Park says, "Sup, Will." Timothy, appreciate you for stopping by. Ashcan joins us, says, "Hi, Will," in chat. Ashcan, appreciate you for stopping by. So it is Isaiah? Okay, just making sure. Ashkin says, Denis Bouanga and Son to score tonight. All right, so Isaiah says LAFC, I think it'll be 2-0. Mister says he thinks depends on how Son and Bouanga click tonight, but I'll go 2-1 LAFC. Ashcan says 3-0 LAFC. I do think that this new formation has been beneficial to LAFC. We'll see if it continues, but they played really well. I mean, Son Heung-min scored in the first minute last game, and Denis Bouanga got a hat trick last game. It's his first hat trick, and I don't know if it's his first ever hat trick with LAFC. I think he's definitely scored a hat trick before, but it's the first one he scored in a while. So what they did last game worked really well for LAFC, and I think that this is the formula for them to go forward because defensively They have a lot of issues. I think LAFC do. So when you play five in the back, it's going to help alleviate some of those deficiencies. And we're going to see Palencia and Hollingshead at right and left wing back move up the pitch, help in the attack, and have some crosses. Very surprised that Smoliakov is not starting, and they got Ryan Hollingshead starting instead. But we'll see what happens with how it looks again tonight. I want to see this again. It looked good against San Jose. San Jose hasn't been very good towards the end of the season. RSL is also an inconsistent team. We'll see how the back line and how this attack looks tonight against RSL. It is going to be a good test for them on the road. But, LAFC need to try to build momentum heading into the playoffs if they want to do anything in the playoffs. Timothy Park says, Sun will score tonight for sure. Isaiah says, I love Sun. Yeah, I think there's a chance. And by the way, the crowd looks very, very weak tonight. Doesn't look like there's a lot of fans at this match, which is a little surprising. I would figure that there would be more people than what we've seen, but it looks pretty empty so far. David Day says, here live at the game, no 3252 group. So you're at the game. So you made the trip to Salt Lake City to watch the match. Interesting. So no 3252 travelers to this match. No supporters group for LAFC. That's interesting. I wonder if there's any Korean fans at the game. I wonder if there's any Korean fans that traveled or went to RSL to watch this game. So my score prediction for this match, we're probably about 5 minutes from kickoff because we know the MLS starts late, always off time. Diego Luna has been, speaking of RSL, has really kind of plateaued. Like he hasn't been as good as we saw earlier in the season and in this summer. So that is a little bit concerning. But I just don't think they have the firepower. I don't think they have the attack to keep up with LAFC, especially if Denis Bouanga plays well. So I think it's going to be 3-1 LAFC. 3-1 LAFC. I think RSL get one goal, but I think LAFC is just too much in the attack, and they're going to be hard to handle. RSL, it's going to be hard for them to handle them. It's going to be really hard for RSL to handle LAFC's attack. So I've got it 3-1. Mr. says it's a midweek game, which will hurt the crowd size. Yeah, that's fair. It will. And it is also like, I think Utah's in the Pacific time zone. Maybe it's in the mountain time zone. So I think it's 7:30. Maybe it's 6:30 there. I think it's in the mountain time zone though. So it probably is 7:30 local kickoff. Yeah, that probably could. But I thought with a player like Sun Heung-min that there would probably be more people there. David Day says tons of Koreans. Sun's name got a pop from the crowd. Interesting. Well, that's to be expected. I mean, the San Jose Earthquakes game was at San Jose, right? The LAFC San Jose Earthquakes was in technically San Jose, the Levi Stadium where the 49ers play. And there was more Sun Heung-min fans there than San Jose Earthquake fans. So I'm not surprised by that. But I just think that LAFC are going to be able to probably coast by on this game. I think they're going to win. Probably, like I said, they're probably going to win 3-1. And I'm going to be curious to see what the new number 10 that they signed. See if he gets on the field. Or was it Moran? Or it's Moran, I think is how you pronounce it, Moran, because they were saying that he was very particular on how you say his name. So it's Moran, not moron. Moran. It's like Moran. And I'll be curious to see how he does with this team and if he plays pretty well. Isaiah says, bro, Sun free kick was crazy. Yeah, it was. That was a great first goal for him. That was a really good first goal for Sun Heung-min to score in his LAFC for his first goal for LAFC to open up his account. That was a very nice goal. Very nice goal for them. Let me turn this volume down just a little bit. Let's see. Just adjusting some of these volume settings. There we go. Yeah, no, but that was good. So he's got 2 goals this year. Sun Heung-min has 2 goals for LAFC so far this year, and I think we'll see him improve. I think that when we see him and Denis Bouanga getting more chemistry, it's gonna be even more dangerous, and they're walking out right now. But as far as all the summer signings far thus far, I think that the most impressive right now, personally, has been Thomas Muller, and I think the reason why I've been most impressed with him is because he was the one I was least impressed with when he came here. Between Rodrigo De Paul, Son Heung-min, Thomas Muller, I thought Thomas Muller was going to be the one. He's the oldest, he's 36 years old, but he has been probably the most impressive of the 3 so far, but Son Heung-min has been good. He's just kinda playing out of position, though, up top. He's normally a winger, as we know, so playing on the up top is I mean, he's good enough to play up top, but and he really hasn't had a lot of help. I think excuse me, I think Vancouver has a better team, so you have to take that into account, but Rodrigo De Paul has probably been the most disappointing of the 3, in my opinion. Isaiah says, "Will is not have this the match is not started." Yeah, the match there's always a 10-minute delay. Uh, it's 10 minutes past when the kickoff's supposed to happen. So if the kickoff is at 9:30, it really doesn't start until about 9:40. So the game will kick off here shortly, like probably a minute or 2. Mister says it's like when Del Piero played for Sydney FC in Australia. Some fans in the opposition stadiums were just there to watch Del Piero. Yeah, that exactly. Just to watch him play and see what he could do. E1 percentage says most goals start with Son. They do. And I think that there'll be many, many more goals with him in LAFC. We'll see what they can do tonight. We'll see if they can build off their 4-2 win over San Jose. The new formation, the 5 in the back, I think worked really well for them. Having the 2 fullbacks move forward, I think was good, especially for the attack and getting some crosses in. So we'll see if they're able to build off that. I mean, they were able to get a goal in the first minute last match. Son Heung-min, Smolikov laid it on the platter for Son Heung-min, and they're able to score in the first minute of the match. By the way, there's 55 of you in the chat. Make sure you like the stream down below. If you haven't already, let's try to get to 100 likes on the stream. All the LAFC streams we do normally do very well. Let's try to get to 100 likes. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video. And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are 180 subscribers away from 10,000. We're getting closer and closer to 10K. We're trying to hit that before the MLS Cup playoffs. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be giving away a copy of FC 26 when we hit 10,000 subscribers, which you're not going to miss. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And also, if you're new to the chat, 60 of you in here right now, you guys haven't gave me your score prediction. Give me your score prediction now. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you haven't already, who you think is going to win this match and what your score prediction is going to be. Isaiah says, Will, what's your favorite YouTuber? Favorite YouTuber? That's a tough one. I watch a lot of different YouTubers, so that's a tough one. It just depends on what you're talking about. Like I watch a lot of different well, there's a little bit of lag in this game. Whoa. Really weird lag in this game so far. I don't know what's going on with the camera. They're like moving in slow motion. Let me refresh this. Weird lag in this game. It's still doing it. I don't know why this game looks so laggy. Yeah, Shard says it's slow-mo for me too. It's like moving at like half speed. Okay, there we go. This angle's better. All right, I think they fixed it. Thank God. Looked terrible. Josh said it was slow for him too, but it looks like it's good. It looks like it's good now. All right. Diego Luna. Got the pink hair. Gozo. Back to Luna. Oh, Luna just wide left. Luna almost scores with the pink hair. Dude, the pink hair is crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. The pink hair is crazy. I think it was an Apple TV thing that it was like, but it should be good now. Luna, oh, he was just wide left. I thought he was going to score there. Bad luck with the pink hair for Diego Luna. Bad luck with the pink hair. Miguel says players usually play better with dyed hair. Yeah, I don't know if I remember seeing someone with pink hair though. So we'll see. We'll see how he we'll see how he plays. Are they score already? Hey, don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it for me. Oh, Son, clinical. Sun Heung-min. First 2 minutes again. First 2 minutes again. Sun Heung-min puts it away for LAFC. I'm telling you, this back line might be the move for LAFC. This might be the move playing five in the back. The five in the back, three in the midfield, two up top might be the move for LAFC. Sun Heung-min scored in the first minute in the first game. He scores in the second minute in the second game. I think they found the formula on what to do. Was that Denis Bouanga? Who was it that set him up? Might have been Tillman. Yeah, it was Tillman with the assist to Sun Heung-min. But LAFC score early on once again. Yeah, Harry, you're just a little ahead of us. A little ahead of us. Shard says, let's go. Isaiah says, goal. Bijung says, Sun. Harry says, I'm at 3 minutes now. Yeah, you're just a little bit ahead of us. Mr. says, that's why they spent the money. Jane says that was Tillman. Yeah, Timothy Tillman with the assist to Sun Heung-min in the second minute for LAFC to go up 1-0. LAFC is just in complete control. It looks like they finally figured things out. And, Mr. I'd like to know what you think. What do you think about this five in the back? What's your thoughts about the five in the back and having Sun Heung-min and Denis Bouanga playing up top? And then having the two fullbacks kind of roam a little bit more and, be able to be in the attack more. Incredible. LAFC is a team. I'm telling you, I've watched this many times. You see a team late in the season in MLS get hot at the right time, and they're hard to beat. LAFL Eche says, Vamos, son. I don't think he's done. I think that Denis Bouanga is going to score too. I think Denis Bouanga is going to score, and I think Sonny might have another goal in him. He might have one more in him. Great start for LAFC. Great start so far for LAFC. My score prediction was 3-1, and right now it's 1-0. LAFC over RSL. Sonny with the goal, with Timothy Tillman in the assist. Could get ugly. Valencia wins the ball. Tillman with the ball. Tillman fouled. He was knocked down. Argovia says, hey, Will, how's the attendance? The attendance is terrible tonight, but it's to be expected on a Wednesday night game. But yeah, like Mr. said, but yeah, attendance is bad tonight. It's really, really bad. But LAFC look good so far. Chouanier with the ball, passes it back to Tafari. Ryan Holland. No, Palencia's got the ball. Palencia finds Son. Son finds Tillman. Tillman passes it to Son. Son to Chouanier. No, Delgado. Excuse me. That's Delgado. Deflected off the RSL player. RSL wins the ball. Mr. says 3 center backs seems to really help the balance of the team. I agree. Isaiah says, well, I'm going off. I have sleep. Isaiah, appreciate you for stopping by, my friend. Have a great night. When do you do another day live? I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We probably won't do one again until next week. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. But LAFC off to a great start. Great start so far. Ooh, almost a bad giveaway for myself. Looked like it might have went out of bounds. Back to Justin Glad. Have a great night. RSL's just taking their time, trying to see how things set up. Surprised that LAFC aren't pressing a little bit. They're just kind of not playing with a crazy amount of urgency, not really pressing too much. With the cross, oh, looks like Palencia was fouled. Yeah, it looks like Palencia got either hit in the head or shoved down. I would say that if RSL loses tonight, they're probably done in the playoff contention, or that they're not looking too good. They really need this win. Yeah, it looks like that Palencia got elbow in the back of the head. Looks like Palencia got elbow in the back of the head. Oh, looks Hollingshead it's got shoved down. No call on it though. Shoved in the back. No call from the ref. LAFC now have a 67% win probability. Was 60 or 43 when the game started. Now it's at 67. RSL down the flank, trying to win the ball. LAFC, Tafari, 1-on-1. Out of bounds for a throw in. Daniel says, Vamos. Son. Great start for Son Heung-min with his goal in the 4th minute. Now it's going to be a goal kick. LAFC. Yes, Son Heung-min's on fire right now. 2 goals in 2 games. I think he's going to score another one tonight. Justin Glad with the ball. Yeah, I just hope the LAFC doesn't. Well, I really, whatever happens, happens. I'm hoping it's an interesting game, but LAFC need to keep their foot on the gas. They don't need to. They don't need to let up. They need to keep. They need to score some more goals and make sure that they win this game if they want to move up in the Western Conference. Schwanier with the ball. Schwanier. Oh, bad pass. Bad turnover by LAFC. Timothy Park says DC United fired GM Ali Mackay. I did see that. DC United's a complete mess. Complete mess. Daniel says, I love LAFC. Oh, let's see. Let's see if LAFC can hold it together. Last game, they conceded a couple goals they shouldn't have. Sonny with the ball, loses possession by Vera. Oh, they win it back. Sonny to Tillman. Tillman's dribbling in the middle. Oh, bad pass, but I think he was fouled. They didn't call the foul. Love these LAFC kits, by the way. The white and the gold look good together. We'll see if Diego Luna can do anything tonight for RSL. It's the only hope they have. Oof. All right, they're starting to pick it up a little bit. RSL. Deflected off of is that LAFC's ball? Is RSL's ball? Yep, LAFC ball for a throw in. Mr. Mister says the 5 at the back appears to have given LA's midfield more freedom to play. Yeah, it does. It's given them a little bit more. Weird pass by Denis Bouanga. Yeah, LAFC's back 5 or back 3, whatever you want to call it. Yes, it does. It's given them more freedom, more stability to where the midfield can take a little bit more chances. I think it's working. I think it looks a lot better than it did the first couple games when they signed Son Heung-min. So that's a positive development for LAFC. They have found a formation that seems to work with them. And if I'm not mistaken, I think when Jose Mourinho was the manager, and Conte, that they played with 5 in the back as well, right, at Tottenham? So this is not foreign to Son Heung-min. I think he's played with 5 in the back a couple times when he was with the Spurs as well. Bobby says, "Does LAFC have any DP spots open?" They yeah, they do. They do. The only DPs they have is Denis Bouanga and Son Heung-min. They have a DP spot open for the winter that they can sign with their new coach, whoever that's going to be, Bobby. So they'll have some flexibility to add some talent this summer, or this winter. Sorry, this winter and the off season. Oh, Son with the ball passes it out to Delgado. Delgado goes out wide to Hollingshead. Hollingshead a little bit too much in front of Denis Bouanga, a little bit too far ahead of him. Mister says 5 at the back was more of a Conte thing. Yeah, Jose was playing with 5 at the back towards the end of his career, or like, well, he's still coaching now technically because he's at uh, Benfica now, I think. But I know that Jose Mourinho did switch to a 5 in the back, but I know Conte also played 5 in the back too. I just couldn't remember if he did that at Tottenham. Bobby says, do they only have an interim coach right now? No, they don't have an interim coach. They have their coach, Steve Cherundolo, who's been there since 2022, but he is going to leave at the end of the season. He's going to leave at the end of the season. Shard says, we have a lame duck. Exactly. Yeah, they have a lame duck coach. He's been there since 2022, but he's going to leave at the end of the year. So Diego Luna was fouled. Jordan says LAFC's fluidity and touches are so much better than when they first got Son. Yeah, I think it's because of the 5 in the back. I think it helps, Mr. had pointed out to earlier, that with 5 in the back, it kind of gives them a lot more defensive stability to help the midfield have more freedom and to create more and move around a little bit more. So I think the 5 in the back has been a lot better. And it says Son Heung-min's got 4 goal contributions in his first 6 matches for LAFC. Harry says Conte lived off of 3 center backs at Chelsea and the Spurs. Yeah, that's what I remember. And I know that Jose didn't play with 5 in the back when he was at Chelsea, but good save by Hugo Lloris. Good save. I thought that almost snuck in. But I do think that Jose played with 5 in the back at Tottenham, if I'm not mistaken. I know he did with Roma. I think he did with Fenerbahce too. Mr. said, sounds mad, but that Igor Jesus injury actually did LA a favor. I think it did too. It made him have to play a little bit differently in their formation. God, he almost dropped that and almost went in still. Hugo Lloris. That was a close save by Hugo Lloris. Almost got past him. RSL with the corner. Oof. Off the RSL player for the corner, or excuse me, goal kick. Bobby says he played 5 at the back with United in some games. Yeah, that's been more of his thing towards the end. Jose's been very defensive minded the last probably 6-7 years, I would say, which has frustrated a lot of people. Just 1 year. No, that was Delgado. Okay, so Ron Hollingshead is throwing the ball in. They're focusing on the players. It's hard to see what's going on. Harry says not gonna say anything at 5. Uh-oh, that's not good. Tillman with the ball. Tillman to Hollingshead. Hollingshead to Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min with the rocket. Son scores again for the brace. Son Heung-min with the brace. He's cooking. He is cooking. He's settling in real nice. He goes over to the sidelines to give Steve Cherundolo a hug, and Son Heung-min is on the board again for his second goal of the match. 2-0 LAFC over RSL. Pulls up from deep. Pulls up from deep. Son Heung-min with the first half brace. This man might have a hat trick. This man might have a hat trick before the game is over with. Sierra says, wow. Jaden says, wow. Shard says, oh. Son Heung-min pulls up from deep and scores and puts the game at 2-0 LAFC. Kimchi says, wow, what a goal. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal by Son Heung-min. Probably the second best goal that Son Heung-min has had in his LAFC career outside of the beautiful free kick. And he does the famous celebration. Mr. says, I say again, that's why they spent the money. That's why he's the highest incoming transfer in Major League Soccer history, $27 million. $27 million. Kimchi says, at MLS News, by the way, thanks for pronouncing Sonny's name properly. I tried to, Sonny. Son Heung-min, I tried to do it as well as I can. I've tried to practice it, and I do appreciate you for giving me credit for that. Appreciate that. So easy, Sierra says. Jaden the Man says, Son is still good enough to play in Europe. Probably should have went to Italy. I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad that he's in MLS because he is good. He's making MLS better. He's going to bring more popularity, I think, to MLS. We see all the Korean fans who have joined Major League Soccer watching LAFC since he's been here. Son Heung-min has been incredible for MLS, and he's been Sweet Tooth says, Koi Sony. Yeah, he's been incredible. Fifth goal. He has 5 goal contributions now in his 6 appearances. Ashcan says, selfie celebration. William Lamb says, damn, 2 goals for Son. That's why Diego Luna can't handle to beat Son entirely. He can't. Enzo says, guys, in that, any chance for a first half over 2.5 corners? Maybe. Ashcan says, RSL wasn't expecting Son to shoot from outside the box. Nope, he went low right corner, and goalkeeper wasn't able to save it. Williams says, of course, in the U.S. Open Cup, Austin's still in the lead so far over Minnesota. Drex says, hat trick for Sonny would be amazing. I think there's a chance that Sonny could get a hat trick. I mean, he's already got 2 goals in 18 minutes or 16 minutes or whatever. You know, he definitely could get another goal. LAFC have found out what to do. The 5 in the back is the move, and they play a lot better. Oh, find Schwanier. Schwanier out wide. Schwanier with the cross. Oh, it was cleared by RSL. But LAFC have figured out what to do to effectively play to the strengths of this team, what they currently have. 5 in the back has completely changed his team. Bad giveaway by LAFC. Challenging. What the hell shot was that? But they figured out what to play with this team, with these players, and this system. This tactics are working. This is incredible. This is how LAFC are going to make a playoff run if they're going to do it, is the way they're playing right now. That's how they're going to do it. Son Heung-min has taken over for sure. That's what they said. Guys, we got 130 of you in the chat right now. Make sure you like the stream if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 100 likes. Like the stream if you're a Son Heung-min fan. If you're an LAFC fan, if you're just here to have fun, like the stream down below. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 180 subscribers away from 10K. Our goal is to hit 10,000 before MLS Cup playoffs in 4 weeks. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos, live watch-alongs, or post-game recaps. D1 says, might score 5+ goals tonight. Kimchi says, smelling hat trick for Sony tonight. I think he could. Bobby says, who will end up being the best signing, Muller, Son, or DePaul? I would say long-term it'll be Sonny. 2 will be Muller. 3 will be Rodrigo DePaul. D1% says, I like the 5 in the back. Heng Jin says, miss so 0-5, 2-5. I'm assuming that's what you think the score could be. Mr. says, once you find the right balance, you keep those tactics. And I think they have. I think that this is working really well for them, and it's helping the attack. Sonny's not having to pull back so far, and he's being able to get set up, and the teammates are able to create chances around him now, which is nice to see. Nice to see. D1% says 1-6. So you think it's going to be? You think that the score is going to be? You think LAFC is going to win 6-1? David Day says Goons going after Son. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But incredible start for LAFC. This is a dream start for them. 2-0, 22 minutes into this game. Couldn't ask for a better start for LAFC. William Mayer says, good evening, Will. Is Diego Luna playing? He is playing, but RSL is struggling early on. They are not playing well. They are not playing well. They're down 2-0. First half, 22 minutes in. Not looking good for RSL. Heung-min says, no, buy 0-5. Me, no, buy 0-5. So you don't, I'm a little confused. Are you saying you don't think it's going to be 5? You think it's going to be 5-0? S7 says, who is the GOAT of all time? I mean, I think the best player of all time is probably Messi. William Maris says, thank you, bro. Hope you're having a great night. Glad that you're able to join us, William. D1% says Son always has 3 to 4 guys around him. He does. They kind of clamp down on him to try to take him out of the game. They try to close him out and try to take him out of the game and eliminate him so he can't be a threat. But even still, he's got a brace in the first half. Brace in the first half. And also keep in mind, we're going to be doing a post-game live. We'll be doing a post-game live with Nick from the Voices of Black and Gold right after this match. We normally do a video after this, but we're going live right after this game to talk about this match. Me and Nick are. Oh, he thinks it'll be 2-5. Kimchi says, I just hope that LAFC doesn't stop attacking like the last time against San Jose after scoring 3 goals in the first half. That is normally what Steve Cherundolo does, is he gets up, they take a lead, and then he just completely parks the bus, and you don't see any urgency from LAFC once they get that lead. I agree with you. You want to keep your foot on the gas, and you want to try to build this lead as much as you possibly can. We'll see what happens. But as it looks right now, LAFC are in complete control of this game. They're up 2-0, and they're likely to expand on that lead, and we'll see what happens. Denis Bouanga with the ball. Passes it to Ryan Hollingshead. S7 says Son is literally on fire right now. He is. Sphere says, what's your favorite NBA team? I have a LA Lakers. I got a Kobe poster over here, and I got a Kobe poster behind me. So I'm a huge Lakers fan. The Lakers are my team. The Lakers are my team. Chouanier with the ball. Finds Delgado. Delgado to Hollingshead. I'm wondering if Sonny can get that first half hat trick. S7 says, bro, how much do you think Sonny will score today? I think he scores a hat trick. He's already got 2 goals. I think he will score a hat trick. If he's getting service like this, I think he will definitely get a hat trick. Kimchi says, Will, are you based out of LA? I'm in Tennessee. Oh, Palencia goes out wide, finds Denis Bouanga. Denis Bouanga finds Sonny. Oh, blocked. Harry says, and LAFC and RSL are playing again on Sunday. Yeah, so they're playing back-to-back games, and then I think that game is in LA. So we'll see how they play in both matches. But our LAFC completely dominating this. Sonny looks like he tripped a little bit right there. He might have been able to score, but as he was cutting back, he tripped up, and I think that affected his shot. Maybe lost some power, deflected by Justin Glad, it looks like, of RSL. But they're playing very, very well. He wins 0-5, $625. Kimchi says, "Oh, I was just in Nashville for South Korea versus Mexico game last week. That's cool. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was a fun game or a fun experience for you. I know that there was a lot of South Korean players who didn't play in that match, if I'm not mistaken, because they played their A team in the USMNT match. But hopefully you enjoyed the match and you enjoyed the city." David Day says dummy. Who are you talking about? And also, too, that's another thing, too. I tweeted about this. Denis Bouanga. Oh, that's the dummy. Okay. Cleared by LAFC. Denis Bouanga will be the first player in MLS history if he can score 20 goals. He's 2 goals away. Denis Bouanga will be the first player in Major League Soccer history to score 3 straight 20-plus goal seasons. First player in history of Major League Soccer to have 3 20-plus goal seasons. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he can. He can score 2 more goals to do that. Super close to doing it, though. Super close to doing it. David Day says they're starting the wave. Mr. says this system is really working for Wong and Son. I can see Igor Jesus being sold in the winter. Yeah, he might be sold or loaned out, or maybe they buy him out. But yeah, they really don't need him. I think Schwannier's look good, number 66. I do wonder if Moran is going to be any good in this system. We'll see if he gets on the field. I would assume we'll get to see him again. Sonny looks out wide for Palencia. Palencia's going down the middle. Looks for Marky Delgado. Puts a little bit too much on it. He wasn't able to catch up to it. Kassar says Messi will do it to next season. Oh, 320s. Did Messi score 20 last year? I think maybe he did. I can't remember if Messi did score 20 last year. But yeah, if he did, yeah, he'll do that as well. Messi will also be score 20 in 3 straight seasons. Messi will be the first person to have, I think, 3 straight seasons, probably of 30 goal contributions. Oh, Tafari looked like he fouled the attacker. Looks like it'll be a free kick just outside the box for RSL. S7 says Son has 6 goal contributions in the last 4 games. Incredible performance by Son Heung-min. He's really starting to settle in with this team, and they're starting to find a formation that works to his benefits. They're playing really well. LAFC are, now that they figured out this back five. This back five has been huge for them. And all the new fans who have not watched MLS before, right now is the best time for your team to get hot and and start to string some wins together heading into the playoffs, because that will show or give you the confidence to perform well in the playoffs, which dictates, if you're new, the winner of the table, the team with the most points, is not the winner of the league. It's the winner of the playoffs. That decides the winner of the league. So you want to see your team starting to play well down the stretch, heading into the playoffs, so that they have a chance to win the MLS Cup. Diego Luna takes the free kick, and it deflects off the defender out of bounds for a corner. Abhishek says, are we getting another brace man? We could see Denny with the brace to get his 20th goal of the season. We could see a hat trick by Son Heung-min. All kinds of possibilities. I'm sorry I don't know what that says, but I appreciate you for joining from Korea. I appreciate you joining the channel and watching the game with us. Hope you are enjoying it. Kassar says 21 last year, this season 20 already, plus 7 games left. Okay, so he did score 20 last year. I thought he did. I just couldn't remember if it was 19 or 20. William Lamb says, Open Cup update. Minnesota strikes back thanks to Pereira's goal. It's now 1-1. That's interesting. So, yeah, it will be the winner. So, Nashville will play the winner of Minnesota versus Austin FC. We'll see who wins that game. We'll probably do a watch along for that. Jake Davies says, hey, guys, how are we all doing in the chat? Jake, appreciate you for joining us again, my friend. Hope you're having a great night. Denis Bouanga with the ball. Denny through the midfield. In the middle, passes out wide to Tillman. Tillman plays it back to Palencia. Bobby says, Luna is a decent player, but I think he would be another squad player for a lot of European teams. He should stay in the MLS and try to become a legend here. I don't think teams in Europe are going to be willing to pay what it would cost to get Diego Luna on their team, so I think that's a good chance. Tillman Passes it to Sonny. Sonny back to Tillman. Tillman to Delgado. Delgado out wide to Hollingshead. They got two guys going around Sonny now. They're starting to clamp down on him. We'll see what happens and how it opens things up. Orlando says, how fast was Sonny's brace? He scored his first goal in the second minute. He scored his second goal in the 16th minute. So he had two goals in a 13-minute span, but two goals in the first 16 minutes of the game. And very impressive from Son Heung-min. His first brace in his MLS career. Tillman fouled. Oh, they're going to call it? Okay, they did. Is that? Yeah, they definitely called it. Looked like they weren't going to call that a foul at first. Jake Davies says, son, you're a hero. He's playing really well so far. His team's playing. When you have good service, you will see a better Son Heung-min. He's only as good as his service as well. He can't do everything by himself. When the service is good, he plays well. Ball deflected out of bounds for a corner for LAFC. But now that the service is better and everybody's playing better, you can see what this team can do. Now we need to see what Denis Bouanga can do, because he needs to play better. He can't just be a one game. He can't just have one game and then disappear again. He needs to play better. D1% says Son's fan base is no joke. No, it's not. It's incredible. I can't believe how Sonny with the corner or at the corner. It was a little too much. Looked like Tafari headed that a little too high out of bounds for a goal kick for RSL. But no, Sonny has an incredible fan base. I would say he's definitely one of the most He probably has a top 3 most loyal fan bases of any player in the world. The only two players in the world that I think that has more fans than Sonny is Messi and Ronaldo, but he is probably a top 3 most popular player in the world. Sonny is. Orlando says Son brings so much fans to MLS. He is. Orlando Teixeira says he is bringing so many fans to MLS. It's incredible what he's done for this league. Jake Davies says, Will, who has been your favorite players to watch in MLS over the years? When I first started watching MLS, I used to appreciate watching Atuesta loads, but haven't watched him in a while. My favorite players to watch in MLS, I mean, obviously I love to watch Messi. I love to watch Son. But if we're talking about historically or like over the years, I really liked watching Tati Castellanos when he played for New York City back in the day. I like to watch trying to think of some other players. I loved watching Sebastian Jovinko when he played for Toronto FC. Sebastian Jovinko is one of my favorite players in MLS history to watch. He was incredible what he was doing in MLS. So much fun to watch. I would probably say Sebastian Jovinko. What he did at Toronto FC was incredible. What he did at Toronto FC was absolutely incredible. Kimchi says, Korean here, been a fan of Sonny since 2010. He basically is a god in South Korea, just like Messi is in Argentina. Exactly. And yeah, his fan base and support, Kimchi, is insane. It's insane. It's incredible to see what he's been able to do in the short time in LAFC and how popular he has helped the club. It was already popular, but globally more popular, and also bringing all these fans to MLS. It's been incredible. Bobby says, would be interesting to see Dele Alli go to LAFC. Yeah, I don't know what Dele Alli's deal is. I know that he recently got cut from his they find Sonny. A little bit too much hard of a pass. I think that was Tillman looking for Sonny. I think he just got cut from, is it Como, I think, of Serie A? He just got cut from that team. So I don't know what he's doing. Jake says, do you like Blanco at the Timbers? I did like Sebastian. I did like him. I like Diego Valeri better, though. I was a huge Diego Valeri fan. Sebastian Blanco was good, though. Sebastian Blanco was very, very good. But I just really like Diego Valeri. Fernando Adi, I don't know if you were watching the Timbers back then when he played for him. He was fun when they were really good. Um, but yeah, I really, really like Diego Valeri. Yeah, so he did play for Como. Okay. S7 says Neymar to enter Miami. That could happen. Uh, Neymar totally could go to enter Miami. That is definitely a possibility. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to see in the wintertime if he makes the move or not. But that definitely could happen. That could happen. Jake says, yes, Sebastian Blanco Valeri, what a hero he is. He's the best player in club history. D1% says, imagine Son and Messi on the same team. It wouldn't even be fair. It wouldn't even be fair. It looks like they just pulled Denis Bouanga down pretty hard. Vita says, I want to visit America to see LAFC games, but I'm afraid I will get rejected from the airport. I would try to come if you can, especially during the World Cup. I would try to come over if you can and watch some games if you can't make it to a club game. S7 says MNS, Messi, Neymar, Sonny. That'd be funny. Messi, Neymar, and Sonny. Mr. Mister says Dele Ali seemed to just lose interest in being a footballer after Poch left Spurs. Yeah, and I think he had some like personal stuff going on too. I wasn't following it too closely, but there was a point where that Spurs team was incredible. Like, with Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen, Sonny, like that was just an incredible, incredible team. And it just kind of fell apart. I thought that team really maybe could have won the Premier League or compete, like really seriously competed for it. Or, they lost that Champions League final to Liverpool. I thought that team was incredible. Orlando says, if Salah ends up in MLS, imagine MLS All Stars with a front line of Salah, Sonny, who is the third one? Royce and Messi. Oh, Muller. I think you meant Muller. Yes, I agree with that. Yep. Jake says, where is Rocky too? Let's get the Timbers party going in the chat. I haven't seen Rocky tonight, so I'm not sure. I haven't seen him tonight. Poppy Lover says, do you think Neymar would be good for MLS given his history? I think Neymar would be good for MLS just because of his brand, but I think he'd be better in MLS if he didn't go to Inter Miami. I think it'd be better if he went to another team in a big market that could help bring some fans to that team because Inter Miami's already tapped out. They've already got Messi. Nobody who isn't already watching Inter Miami is going to watch them because of Neymar. Everybody who's watching him because of Messi, like anyone who would be possibly watching them is already watching them. So it'd be better to have Neymar go to like Chicago, New York City, a team like that, a big market still. Maria Cho says, thank you, our proud Son Heung-min, Siberia. Yeah, Son Heung-min with the brace in the first half, 40 minutes in. Incredible first half for LAFC. Let's see if they keep their foot on the gas or if they start playing more defensive and parking the bus. Hopefully that's not what they do. It's what they did last game. Kimchi says, I'd like to see Kevin De Bruyne and Sonny play together. They've always been good friends. Imagine KDB service to Son. I mean, that could... I don't know if that can happen now because I think Kevin De Bruyne signed a 2-year deal with Napoli. I don't think he's going to be leaving anytime soon, and he already is 34 years old. So I think that ship has probably sailed, but it would have been nice to see Kevin De Bruyne in MLS. It would have been nice. Oh, Sonny with the ball out wide. Harry says, Levi just stopped spending money, accepts the stadium. Levi just stopped spending money, except the stadium. What do you mean by that? S7 says, how's LAFC doing now? They're doing well. It's kind of slowed down a little bit, but they don't look bad. Jay Shawnee says surpassed Giroud already in goals. He has. That's crazy. I didn't really think about that, but yes, he's already scored more goals. Bad giveaway by RSL. Then he's got the ball. They're pulling. Justin Glad just pulling on his shoulder. Mr. Mister says that's why Dele Alli's drop off was so big. He also did that interview with Gary Neville where he was talking about how bad his childhood was and how it still obviously affects him. Yeah, I have seen that part. That was definitely not good. That was not good. Jake Davies says De Bruyne is still good enough to play at a high level in Europe, so don't think MLS is totally off the cards in a few years. No, he's still good enough. It's just I would have loved to see him come now at a younger age like Sonny. You obviously want to get these players here as young as you possibly can. So that way they're as close to their peak or their prime as they are when they come here, and it helps elevate the level of play. Jake says he's talking about the chairman. Okay, Daniel Levy. Okay, I got you. Yes, I got you. Harry, I got you. Now, yes, Levy did. Yes, they totally got away. But it's funny, they're starting to spend money now. And I think the Spurs are going to be pretty good this year. They already are pretty good this year. Jay Shawnee says, I think Son gets subbed off after the half. He needs to score before then if he wants the hat trick. He might get subbed off at halftime, but I wouldn't be surprised if he plays the entire game because Sunday is 4 days away. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays. I wouldn't be because they want to try to get as many points as they can, so that way that they can try to move up in the standings and get as close to first place as they can because they want to have home field advantage in the playoffs. LAFC do. So I wouldn't be surprised if he plays most of most of the game. S7 says if Son gets subbed manager, I don't know about that. I don't know. Kimchi says Sonny definitely could have stayed in Europe, but I think that he wants to come to MLS when he can still perform at a high level. Maybe KDB will consider in a year or two. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what they do at Napoli. They signed Kevin De Bruyne at Napoli because they're trying to make that Champions League run. So, and they won the Serie A last year. So I'm not surprised by that. LAFC's done a really good job at eliminating Diego Luna in this game, though. He's not really done anything so far. Diego Luna hasn't. Rocky, there's your guy. There's your guy, Jake. Rocky's in the chat. Their games in hand has been nice for LAFC. It has. No, I think LAFC have 3 games in hand compared to San Diego, who's in first place. And if they win all 3 matches, they'll be 3 games behind San Diego FC in the standings. LAFC still have a very good chance at winning becoming first place in the Western Conference. It could happen. D1 percentage says both of Son's goals are classic Son. I agree. Two good goals. First half brace. Jake Davies says I started supporting the Mighty Timbers back in 2019 when we had Brian Fernandez. Fantastic talent, but just had too many problems off the field. Shame, really. Yeah, no, he had a lot of issues off the field. Jake says, Rocky, let's effing go. Timbers Army. Ernest Aguilar, member of the channel, says it's going to be interesting if Denny passes Vela on LAFC's leading scoring. I think he will be. I think he will pass Denis Bouanga or Carlos Vela on the all-time scoring list. Oh, they fouled Sonny. Oh, they didn't call that? Looked like they smacked Sonny in the face. Surprised they didn't call that a foul. Jay Shawnee says, Sharundalo in. I'm sold on this guy. Will he stay if LAC? No, he's already announced he's leaving. And trust me, you don't want him. He folds like a chair in the playoffs and in big games. You do not want him long term. There's 2 minutes of added time. 2 minutes of added time in the first half. It is 2-0 LAFC over RSL. You do not want Steve Sharundalo when it comes to. Oh, what a say! Did Lloris get that? Did he get a hand on that? Looks like Ojeda with an absolute fire strike. Let's see if Lloris got a hand on this. Yep, looks like Lloris got his left hand on it. Good save by Hugo Lloris. Kimchi says, I think Sonny will get subbed out at the 60th minute. They have a home game against RSL this weekend. Jay Shawnee says, a supporter showed realistic possibility. It could be, but they're going to have to win out. They're going to need some help, and they're going to have to win most of their remaining games. Tillman with the ball. Tillman passes it, I think, to Hollingshead. He loses possession. Or is that Chouanier? Oh. Cleared by LAFC. RSL went back possession. Bad giveaway by RSL. Bad giveaway by LAFC. Too many bad giveaways down the stretch. Mr. says, I think that I think with Son, it was really a case of not risking having to play the Spurs in Europe. He loved the Spurs so much he left the continent. I agree with that as well. World-class save. That was a world-class save. Ernest says, dude, Dolo, he already put his home for sale a few weeks ago, so he's not. Yeah, he's definitely not staying. Jake Davies becomes new member of the channel. Jake, I appreciate it, my friend. Glad to have you aboard. There's a lot of pros about being a member. We read all your comments on videos. We respond to your comments. We read all your comments on here. I try to get as many people as I can, and we do members only streams occasionally. Looks like Sonny's got something wrong with his jaw. Looks like when he got hit earlier on that foul, might have hurt his jaw a little bit. So we'll see how that plays out into the second half. But it is the end of the first half. Into the first half, LAFC are up 2-0 over RSL. And Sonny is arguing with the ref because we know Sonny has not been too impressed with the refereeing in MLS and has been complaining about the refereeing in MLS, which he's never known to be complaining about refereeing when he was with the Spurs or when he was in the Bundesliga at Leverkusen. But the refereeing in MLS is kind of bad. Anyone who watches it knows that it's not ideal, but we'll see what happens in the second half. But it is 2-0. And you know what we do every halftime? When we do the halftime breakdown, we always ask, how would you rate the first half performance? 1 through 10, 1 being bad, 10 being perfect. How would you guys rate that first half performance by LAFC? 1 being horrible, 10 being perfect. What is your first half grade for LAFC? Jake says, Will, you need someone from Wales as a member. Wales representing great content with a heart. I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate you being a member of the channel. Jay Shawnee says, Messi, of course, come on. Who are you? What are you talking about? Did someone say something about? Oh, the final would be Inter Miami and LAFC. We'll see. Lee Construction says the reason soccer was not popular in the United States was because there cannot be commercials during the game. Now that everything has changed, streaming service, I think MLS will be a top 4 league in the world. It could be one day. Let's read some of these scores or these grades for the first half. Poppy Lover says he's an 8.5. Mr. says he's a 9. Harry says he's a 9. Kimchi says that they're an 8. Jordan says that he's a 7.5. Ernest says he's a 7 only because of our defense. Let's see what else we got. I would probably give LAFC an 8 as well. I agree with Kimchi. I'm not at a 9 or a 10 because they played really well in the first 20 minutes when Sonny had his brace. But then they just really kind of fell off and they started playing way too conservatively and didn't really have as many chances as you would like, or they didn't play with the urgency that we saw in that first 20 minutes. And that is a notorious reason why Steve Cherundolo gets a lot of flack, because when he is coaching these games, whenever he gets a lead, he never keeps his foot on the gas. They need to score as many goals as they can, and they need to run the score up. Because when you don't do that, you're giving the opponent a chance to get back in the match. So I would say an 8 out of 10. Not bad. It's obviously pretty good. An 8's still really good. It's just not perfect because I like to see a little bit more aggression. I want to see them try to score as much as they can and not be too conservative down the stretch. So S7 says he's a 1. So you think it was a terrible first half performance? Let's see real quick. Jay Shawnee says Son or Otani. Press 1 for Son, 2 for Otani. That's an interesting question. Brave Texas fan says he's a 7. Still bad midfield. Loose the ball too much. S7 says 8.9. Oh, okay. I got you. 1. Okay, I read the question now. I know what you mean now. I got you. Let's see. S7 says MVP. It's a little too early. I think it'd probably be hard for him to win MVP because he hasn't been here long enough. Mr. says Son's best half of football in LA. I agree with that 100%. Kimchi says I have a feeling they are going to park the bus like San Jose. I think they might park the bus, which hopefully they don't. I just don't think you should do that because you need to try to run the lead up as much as possible just so you can put the game away. Jake says, what are the viewing numbers since Apple TV got involved with televising MLS. We don't really know the difference over here in the UK. Has it been much better? It's been worse technically. There's less people watching because it's behind a paywall. The viewership has actually been worse since they went to Apple TV. It's actually been worse. Poppy Lover says, did you hear Pedro de la Vega is injured again? I did hear he's injured again. We were talking about that with Cheyenne last night on his channel. I don't know what's going on with him. He can't stay healthy. So even if he's good, what does it matter if he can never play? Teresa Gao says, go Sonny from New Zealand. One. A lot of ones. A lot of people saying that they think that Son Heung-min is a bigger deal than Shohei Ohtani. And I agree with that. I mean, Shohei Ohtani is an incredible baseball player. He's probably the best baseball player in MLB. But I just don't know how many baseball fans there are internationally. And I think Sonny is he's a global star. I don't think Shohei Ohtani is a global star. Jay Shawnee says Dolo is going to change. He feels the pressure, more eyes on him now. Maybe, but he's going to leave it in the season anyways. Mr. says, one, baseball isn't massive globally. Football isn't just huge in South Korea. He's a genuine global star. Mr. I would love to know. I know you said you're a 49ers fan. I remember you telling me that. But have you ever watched baseball? Like, I'm not trying to be a hater, but baseball is so boring. I hate baseball. I hate watching baseball. It is of all the major sports, it is the least exciting sport to watch. It's so boring. It is so dated. I can't stand baseball. Jake Davies says, that's a real shame, Will. It is a shame, but, Apple TV just kind of alienates a lot of people. It's because it's not. Now, for some people globally, it's good because it's all in one place. Like Mister's watching MLS on Apple TV. So it is good globally to help that. But domestically, it's turned a lot of people off from watching the game. S7 says, bro, rate Sonny out of a 10. Like his career or in this game? In this game, I think he's been a 10. In this game, I think Sonny's been a 10. Kimchi says, second half prediction. Either Sonny or Bouanga scores, Sonny gets subbed out, and LAFC gets scored on and barely win. Remember what I said my prediction was going to be. I said 3-1, and I think that could happen. Braves Texas fan says, if you had a competent midfield, could you imagine the link-up goals you would have the last two games? I agree. Shard says, agree 100%. I can't stand baseball. It's just so boring. Rocky says Messi also gets a percentage of the Apple revenue, probably a shot in the foot investment. That is true. He does. He gets a percent. I don't know what the percentage is, but it is. He does get a percentage of the revenue. Messi does. Poppy Lover says baseball is so long for no reason. It is terribly long. And there's nothing exciting about it, because think about it. If you hit a home, you can score a crazy goal. You can score a crazy bucket and basketball, or a crazy dunk. You can score a crazy touchdown in football, American football. What can you do that's crazy in baseball? You hit the ball. If you score a home run, what's crazy about it? You hit it and it goes over the wall. There's nothing crazy about that at all. So boring. Nothing exciting about it. Jay Shawnee says Ohtani is bigger in America, though. Sonny is huge outside. I met random people from different countries who know Sonny, but not Ohtani. He is a bigger Sonny is a bigger global star for sure. Jake says it's much better for me for that reason. Exactly. It is better for people abroad. Mr. says, I've tried watching baseball once. It's not for me. It's terrible, man. It's so bad. But I know the crickets are popular in the UK, and obviously it's popular in India, but I think it's very similar. They're both very boring, in my opinion. Jake says, I've never watched baseball in my life. You're not missing anything. Jay says, can you rate Sunil Chhetri? How would I rate him? I honestly don't know too much about him, to be honest with you. Kimchi says Ohtani is big in Asia, but he's nowhere near Sonny's fame in Asia and Europe. That's true, because most people don't watch baseball. Jake says, Mr. Where are you based, if you don't mind me asking? William says, Open Cup update. Now it's 1-1, 2 15-minute games. 2 15-minute games will be made. Oh, talking about the extra time. Yeah. Mr. says, I like cricket, but it depends on the type of cricket. I don't watch any. I don't even know how to. I know it's very similar to baseball in a certain way, but I've just never watched it. I have friends from Jamaica who like cricket because there's obviously some British culture in Jamaica. So they like it. I know it's popular in Britain, and I know it's very popular in India. Rocky says, I'm also a baseball hater. Jay Shawnee says he's in Norway. Is he? Is he in Norway? Rhino, appreciate you for joining the stream, my friend. Glad to see you. Hope you're having a great night. Hope I know you're excited about your guy scoring a brace in the first half. Okay, real quick, I want to ask you guys this. We have 106 people in the chat. We peaked at 137. A lot of excited people, a lot of excited Sony fans and LAFC fans, and just fans in general of great soccer here tonight with us. Want to ask you guys this. What is your second half predictions for this match? What is your second half predictions for this match for LAFC versus RSL? What's the score going to be? Who's going to win? Is RSL going to be able to stage a comeback? Let me know what your score prediction, what you think is going to happen in the second half of this match. Rhino asked if Sonny can score a hat trick. I think he can if he plays. If Sonny plays if Sonny plays most of the second half, he will score a hat trick. Ashken says, Will, have you played MLB The Show, and how good are you at it? I have played MLB The Show. I have played the game because my buddy hasn't, so I have played with it. I have played that game, but it's okay. The game is all right to play. I just can't watch it. Jake says, "Oh, nice, Mr. Mr." Yeah, Jake. Mr. lives in England. Greg says baseball slander is insane. Playoff baseball speak. Kimchi or Mr. says nice to meet you too, bro. Yep, we're connecting. People meeting in the chat. Poppy Lover says thinks it's gonna be 3-1. LAFC. Jake Davies says Latif Blessing returns. That's my prediction. Greg says 3-0. Kimchi says 3-2 LAFC. So you think they're going to concede 2 goals, huh? Jake says I'll go 4-0. Jay Shawnee says 2-1 LAFC wins. Dolo parks the bus. That's a good chance that could happen. William says my second half prediction is 4-0. Sonny gets his third goal and Denis scores a goal probably. Brave Texas fan says he thinks it's going to be hat trick 4-2 LAFC. Rhino says I guess 4-1. I do think LAFC could concede a goal. I do think that he could concede a goal they could concede a goal because when they park the bus and they start playing conservatively, that happens. S7 says, is Sonny the GOAT? The best player of all time? I think Messi's the best player of all time. Messi's the best player of all time. But Sonny is by far the best Asian player of all time. And Sonny might be the best Asian athlete of any sport of all time. He might be the best Asian athlete of all time, of any sport. Jake Davies says Sonny definitely scores again. Mr. says depends on the approach. If LAFC are aggressive, it'll be 3-0. If not, it'll be 2-1. Braves Texas fan says played up to college baseball, love playing, hate watching it. Yeah, it's probably fun to play. It's terrible to watch. Jay Lim says, I used to think the same thing about soccer and football. You are missing out on baseball. There are great moments and stretches of the games that will cause you, it will cause you to be at the edge of your seat. I mean, it's fun to watch. I've watched it in the playoffs. I can't watch regular season baseball because there's like 100, it's 62 games. It's just too much. Kimchi says, Sonny is the Asian GOAT. He is by far. Islam says CR7 is the best player. Nah, Messi's the best player of all time. Mr. says Sonny is the Asian GOAT. It's not. Yeah, of course. He's like I don't think it's even close. Eric says, can you rank the sports 1 through 5 between soccer, football, baseball, hockey, and basketball? What my favorite are? Like what my favorite sports are? Number 1 would probably be. Probably American football is my favorite sport to watch, honestly. American football. Soccer's number 2. Basketball's number 3. Hockey's number 4. And baseball's number 5. That would be my top 5 sports of what I like to watch and what I find most entertaining. Jay Shawnee says Ohtani is the best. I would say there's literally no one better than him in all baseball history. Son is not that. Yeah, but I don't. Is Otani the best baseball player of all time? Is he? By the way, there's actually looks like a lot more people show up to this game in the second half. Like it looks like maybe some people got here kind of late. Looks like the crowd's a little bit more lively than it was in the first half, or like there's more people in the stands. But then it shows some parts, so maybe it doesn't look as good. I can't tell if this is earlier or if this is present, but I would assume that this was earlier shots because it's dark outside and it looked like there was quite a bit of people there. Looks a little better, but there's still a lot of empty seats. Shard says, I don't know. Pacquiao was pretty massive and dominant in his sport. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Islam says Messi is the spoiled FIFA boy. Rocky says Son is definitely the nicest guy in football, GOAT in that aspect. Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. Jay Shawnee says he got 50 home runs and 50 strikes out this season. Babe Ruth never got that. No, I mean, that is true. I don't think Babe Ruth ever put up those kind of stats, but I just think that we've officially kicked off. Second half is underway. 2-0 LAFC over RSL. We'll see what happens in the second half. Jake says, let's go. I'm tuning in now, guys. Watching the game. Kimchi says, hard to say Otani is all-time baseball player, but he definitely is one of the best. Yeah, that's what I would say too. Denis Bouanga's got the ball. Looking for Sonny, but a little bit too much on it. Easily saved by the keeper. Brave says he'd go football, volleyball, soccer, basketball, and baseball. Volleyball is interesting. Are you talking about to watch? Can you really watch volleyball like other than college? Will, what is your opinion of Pity Martinez? I know he wasn't in the league for long. He was disappointing with Atlanta. He was the South American Player of the Year with River Plate. He never lived up to the expectations or what people thought he was going to be. So that was a little disappointing, but I thought he was a pretty good player. I thought he was a pretty good player. Also, guys, keep this in mind. We will be going live right after this game with Nick to talk about the game. We're going to be going live right after this game for a post-game recap to break down what happened in this match with Nick Chastain of the Voice of Black and Gold. You guys aren't going to want to miss that post-game recap. And we'll talk about Sonny's looks like Denny's a little hobbled. Got swiped a little bit. He looks like he's fine though. Angus, a member of the channel, says, hi, Will. Angus, appreciate you for joining us, my friend. Mr. says, Pacquiao was big, but football is the world's biggest sport by far, and Sonny is a star in it. That's true. Harry says 50 home runs and 50 steals, not strikes. Is that what he had? 50 steals this year? Jake says, let's get Shy back in. He's my guy. Ooh. Schwanier got shoved pretty hard. That was a tough foul. Yeah, Schwanier's got fouled. Olatunji just fouled the hell out of Schwanier. Just knocked him down to the floor. It's a tough foul by RSL. RSL in transition. Pass out wide to Yedlin. Ojeda's got the ball. I tell you what, though, RSL looked like they got a little bit more urgency in the second half. Hope we'll see if they are able to make anything of it. But they're playing with a lot more urgency. They're playing with a lot more urgency in the second half than they were in the first half. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. But they definitely could find their way back into this match. 2-0 is not a safe enough lead to consider this a guaranteed win or a guaranteed result. I mean, it'll probably be a guaranteed result. They're at least going to walk away with 1 point at the bare minimum, LAFC, but they should have 3 points. So we'll see if they can keep their foot on the gas. I'm not liking what I see so far. It looks like they're playing way too conservative heading into the second half. LAFC are way too conservative. We need to see Sonny get that hat trick. Need to see him get his first hat trick in his LAFC career. Oh, say by Hugo Lloris. Rocky says my top five are soccer, cycling, F1, MotoGP, and college football. Eric, what about combat sports like I'm a huge boxing fan. I love boxing. UFC is okay. Delgado with the ball. Delgado finds Sonny. Sonny loses possession. RSL is able to win it back. Hollingshead wins it back. Passes out wide to Denis Bouanga. Bouanga out wide. Pass to Sonny. Sonny finds Tillman. Tillman to Palencia. Palencia back to Tillman. Tillman to Sonny. Bad pass. Stolen by RSL. Jake Davies says, I work in tennis media, but I watch a lot of soccer and rugby too. Calling it soccer out of respect for the people in the chat. Yeah, I call it football sometimes as well. I call it football sometimes. I like tennis, all right. Tennis is okay. I watch the finals and stuff. I was a huge Rafael Nadal fan. I'm a big Rafael Nadal fan. Very big Rafael Nadal fan. Angus says his top five are soccer, NFL, NCAA football, Australian rules of football, and cricket, which I'm assuming is rugby, right? Mr. Mister says my top five are football, cricket, rugby, American football, basketball. Yeah, Ange is not coming. He's not coming, by the way. He signed with was it Nottingham Forest? I think he's the new manager. Nottingham Forest. Jake says I've interviewed Rafa in Madrid in a roundtable interview. Came across as a great in person as he does on TV. Yeah, he seems like a really good guy. You know who I can't stand in tennis? Not to spend too much time on tennis, but one guy that I can't stand in tennis, I can't stand Djokovic. I never liked Djokovic. I can't stand him. Can't stand Djokovic. RSL out wide. Yedlin with the cross. Ooh. Good defending by Tafari. Yeah, it's Nottingham Forest. That's what I thought. D1 says NFL is done. They are losing so much audience. NFL? Why is NFL losing audience? Angus says Australian rules football is a variation of rugby. I know it's pretty popular. I don't know exactly what the difference between it and rugby is, but I mean, I've never even heard it called Australian rules football, honestly. Rocky says, oh, yeah, I love rugby, but they don't show enough games in the United States. I'm curious which league is the biggest, the Australian League or the British Rugby League. Mr. Mister says, I'm half Indian. My dad made it clear to me as a kid watching cricket isn't an option. It's mandatory. Ah, I got you. Well, I do know that cricket's the biggest sport in India. So that makes sense, Mr. Mister. I totally get that. That makes sense. Ooh. Yeah, this is getting real sloppy. This is looking real bad down the stretch. This is some sloppy ball towards the end of this game. Rhino says, I heard it's high ground there. You'll tire more easily. There's another game on Sunday, so I think Sonny will be replaced soon. Yeah, the elevation definitely can make it more tiring for players when they're playing in the higher elevation. So yes, that is true. But we'll see. I don't know if Sonny will be subbed out. We'll see. Hopefully he gets his hat trick. Either way, a brace is still important. Still very impressive. His first brace of his LAFC career. Poppy says RSL playing much better than LAFC to start the half. They are playing way better. They're playing a lot better. Oh, Denny. Looked like he was offside to me. Yep, there you go. Offside flag comes up. John Andrew says referee is bought and paid by LAC. I don't know about that. Kimchi says soccer, basketball, American football, hockey, and then distant last, baseball. Yeah, that's pretty. There's the top three are a little changed out a little bit, but that's pretty close to mine. Angus says I have heard that cricket is the second most popular sport in the world. I prefer T20 cricket instead. 5 days test matches. T cricket, T20 cricket instead. Um, Jake Davies says good start to the half from RSL. Yeah, they look a lot better. They look better. But look, I don't know if it's because RSL looks better. They do have more urgency. Oh, they called it PK? Oh, yeah, you're ahead of me. PK. This is the problem with LAFC. This is the problem with LAFC. They don't play. This is why Dolo is not a good manager. They don't play with enough urgency when they have a lead. They are way too comfortable. They are way too conservative. They need to have urgency to try to win this game. 2-0 is not comfortable enough to win this match. You have to play a full 90 minutes, of attacking ball or trying to go for it and expand your lead. You cannot just win off of 45 minutes. You can't win just off 45 minutes. Yeah, you called it. That was terrible. That was a terrible foul. Terrible foul. I still have nightmares from RSL in the playoffs from several years back. Nick Raimondo had an amazing game versus us that day. Yeah, he was an incredible goalkeeper. Incredible goalkeeper for RSL. Absolute legend. All right, let's see if they convert this PK to be up or only down by 1 goal. Let's see. Oh, they missed it. Oh, off the right bar into Hugo Lloris's foot. Wow. What a terrible, terrible miss. What a terrible miss. What was Cruz thinking? He even hesitated. How did he miss that? That was lucky as hell, though. I ain't gonna lie. That was definitely lucky as hell by LAFC. That was very lucky by LAFC. Wow. Ashcan says LOL. Rhino says OMG. Shard says LMAO. Yeah. Insane. That was terrible. That was a get out of jail free card for LAFC. I mean, how many times does it hit the right bar and then go right into the goalkeeper's feet? How often does that happen? Mr. says T20 is the best form of cricket to watch. The only test matches that interest me are the Ashes in India versus Pakistan. Kimchi says, "Oh my God, Sonny almost with a hat trick." Oh, did he? You're a little ahead of me. You're a little ahead of me. Oh, hit the left bar. Hit the left post. A post. Oh my. Left post. Hit the left post. So close. So close. God, he's so close. I think he's going to get it. Oh, bad pass by Segura. Bad giveaway by Segura. DeAndre Edlin with the steal. Damn, he almost had that hat trick. He was so close to that hat trick. So close to that hat trick. Sonny was. So close. Oh, yeah, he's on fire for sure. Oh, Denis Bouanga. It's a bad pass to Sonny. Luna found Cruz or Ojeda. It was Luna to Ojeda. Glad trying to cross it in. Bad pass. Tillman has the ball. Tillman out wide to Palencia. Oh, bad pass by Tillman to Palencia. RSL's ball. Yeah, let's watch the replay on that. Sony was so close. So close. Oh, God, he was so close. Hit the bar. Hit the left post. He's so close to his hat trick. He's going for it. Oof. Shard says, y'all notice these kit colors make the game look like a Timu version of Madrid versus Barca. Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. All right. Corner for RSL, 59th minute of the game. Poppy Lover says, if Robert Lewandowski joins MLS, which team do you think he will go to? I think he's going to go to, I've heard he's going to go to the Galaxy. Oh, I've heard that Robert Lewandowski will go to the Galaxy. That's what I've heard. Kimchi says, haha, that's funny. Oh, the Timu version of El Clasico? That is kind of funny. Ernest Aguilar says no because we don't steal championships like either two of those teams, like Barcelona or Madrid. Bish says, which team should I bet on? That's up to you, man. I mean, LAFC is already winning. Tafari with the ball, passes it to Delgado. Delgado to Sonny. No, is that Sonny? No, it's Hollingshead. Hollingshead loses the ball. RSL wins back possession. Oh, God. Delgado just shouldered a guy in the back. Was it Ojeda? Jay Shawnee says Son needs to get his minutes managed. Full 90 is crazy. I think he's going to play a full 90. I think it's more likely he'll play 90 this game, and then he'll only play maybe 60 minutes in the Sunday match. That's what I think is going to happen. Because they need to make sure they win this game. Mister says, when is Dolo going to learn you don't just sit on a 2-0 lead? I remember he did that in El Tráfico last year and ended up losing 4-2. His judgment's bad, man. Like you have to play like you're down the whole entire game. You don't need to play like you're comfortable with the lead. Like they need to play with more urgency. They need to play just better than what they're playing right now. Harry says you can accuse MLS of many things. Farmers League is not. It is not. What is your opinion of who? I really don't. I mean, LAFC's winning. So Kimchi says best scenario is for Son to score another goal before the 70th minute and get subbed out for the rest of the weekend game. To rest for the weekend game. We'll see if that happens. Jake says, especially in MLS2, game tends to have many twists and turns in comparison to a lot of other leagues. There is a lot of ups and downs in MLS for sure in games and stuff. There's just fouled Timothy Tillman. MLS can be very hard to predict. We're in the 62nd minute, and LAFC luckily still have their lead, but I still think they need to score at least one more goal to be completely. They need to score one more goal if they want to put this game away. They need to score one more goal if they want to put this away. D1 percentage says Son will not be happy playing relaxed when leading. He won't be. Jake says, yeah, that's why I've always loved it due to the unpredictability. Oh, Sonny. Oh, saved. Tillman too far for Hollingshead. Too slow. Angus says Minnesota and Austin still at 1-1. Start of the second half of extra time, so the next 15 minutes. We'll see if they can. We'll see if who wins that match. We'll see who wins that match. Kimchi says Sony really wants a hat trick, almost another one. He really does. He wants it. Oh, they missed Denny making the run. Tillman with the ball. Tillman back to Segura. Segura to Tillman. Tillman to Chouanier. Sonny with the ball. Sonny showing a little bit of speed. Oh, Sonny brought down. Sonny was fouled pretty hard right there. The funniest thing about Sonny is that I was told by several people that when he was coming over here, that he wasn't fast anymore and that he lost his speed. That he lost his speed. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, those people were completely wrong. Those people were completely wrong to say that he lost his speed. The people who said that were completely wrong. That Son Heung-min was no longer fast. RSL on the counter. Gozo looking for Luna. Ooh, good defending by Palencia. Good defending by Palencia. Mister says, nice. MLS is an entertaining league. It's also nice watching some football as a neutral without almost having a heart attack every weekend. Yeah, that is definitely one thing. That's a nice thing about me. People always ask me who my favorite team is, but if you've been following me for a while, I don't have any teams that I like. I just like to watch good soccer, good football, and just watch entertaining games. That's all I'm hoping for. That's all I'm hoping for. It's just entertaining games. And it does look like Sony's going to play this entire game. Oh, sorry. I'm making this thumbnail for our post game live stream that I hope to see you guys at. Kimchi says he didn't lose his speed. He still topped out at 30 kilometers an hour. That's really impressive. That is still impressive. D1 percentage says they also said that Messi lost some of his speed. So well, I would say Messi did lose some of his speed. He definitely isn't as fast as he used to be. He's still really good. Jake says Mister is secretly a Timbers fan. I don't think maybe he is. Who knows? Rocky says, good thing we aren't Galaxy fans. Eric says, no matter what happens today, what is your prediction this Sunday at home? I'm not sure. I would assume that they would win as well. DCC says he is definitely still fast. He was just crazy rapid a few years ago. Faithful says, is the game almost over? Yeah, it's still got 22 and a half minutes left plus added time. Angus says, I have my favorite teams in various leagues, but I watch all of them neutrally 90% of the time when my team is in play. Rocky says, gosh, Luna's hair is awful. He looks like a troll doll with a haircut. He does. I'm not going to lie to you. He does look pretty bad. He does look pretty bad. The hair does not look very good on the hair does not look very good on Diego Luna right now. The hair does not look very good on Diego Luna right now. Mister says I'm not a Timbers fan. John says, "Yep, crooked referee." Hassan says, can Real Salt Lake get a goal?" I mean, they could. They definitely could if LAFC are caught sleeping. They definitely could. They definitely could. Kimchi says Luna's hair. Luna's hair is ridiculous. If we're being honest, Luna's hair is absolutely ridiculous. Luna's hair is absolutely ridiculous. Angus says Luna might have a post soccer career being a lead singer for a pop punk band. I mean, maybe he would. Maybe he would. Definitely not a hairstylist though. Kimchi says, are players allowed to point fingers at the refs in MLS? Yeah, I mean, I think they probably can. I think they can without any type of punishment, probably. Jake says only Diego Chara could pull off that pink hair that Luna has. Legend. Did Diego Chara have that with his? He has cornrows. He's had cornrows for um as long as I've seen him play in MLS in Portland, and so did his brother Yimi Chara. They both had it. They both had the cornrows. D1% says they need to score one more so some bench players can get some time on the field. Yeah, no, I definitely think. God, that hair is terrible, dude. Diego Luna's hair looks crazy. It looks fake. His hair looks crazy. His hair looks insane. You know, yeah, I'm joking. That would be interesting to see the pink cornrows though. I wasn't as much of a fan of Yemi when he was at the Timbers, but I love Diego to death. Yeah, he's a club legend. Pink was my favorite color until I saw Diego Luna. Angus says Luna could be a participant in the Warp Tour. I'm telling you that the hair looks terrible. Hopefully he goes back to the previous style that he had before this game. Mister says I do like certain teams, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. I like the Red Bulls because of Thierry Henry. Because Mister is a huge Arsenal fan. Huge Arsenal fan. It is kind of funny though that both New York teams had two Arsenal legends, one coaching in Vieira, and then obviously Thierry Henry playing for the Red Bulls. So that was kind of cool. Spaceman says Salt Lake next goal. They could. Rocky says Diego Luna looks like Ronald McDonald left his mom. He looks worse than Ronald McDonald, honestly. Ooh. SKC says I want to see Sonny happy. Hey, look, I mean, I think he would be happy with tonight's win if they're able to pull it off, which they should be able to. Eric says, thanks for commenting this while I'm at work. I appreciate yeah, no problem at all. Hope you guys are enjoying this. We got a post game recap too after this, so don't forget about that. We're gonna try to go live right after this game. We're gonna try to go live right after this game with Nick Chastain of the Voices of Black and Gold. You're not going to want to miss that. Andrew Moran is coming on for Timothy Tillman. We'll see what he can do. And Smolyakov comes on. It looks like he's going to come on for Ryan Hollingshead. So Smolyakov is coming on, and Moran is coming on for Timothy Tillman. Two players I'm very interested to see how they play. Ooh, foul by Moran. Yellow card instantly. 10 seconds in, he already gets a yellow card. Crazy to get a yellow card only 10 seconds in. We'll see if he can make a difference. He's only 20, 21 years old. Definitely a foul. He's on loan from Brighton. We'll see if he can make a difference for LAFC and what he can do for this team. Irish international. Reckless challenge. It was reckless. We'll see what Moran can do. Poppy Lover says RSL aren't really creating any big chances. They don't really have a lot. They've kind of stalled out. They looked a lot better last year when they had Chicho Arango and he was playing well, but they've really stalled out recently. They're not playing nearly as well as they were last year. So RSL's got a corner. Oof. Headed out of bounds for a corner for RSL. S7 says, what happens now? Like, RSL's taking a corner right now. RSL's taking a corner. We're at the 75th minute. LAFC, you're still up 2-0 over RSL. 15 minutes left plus added time. We'll see if RSL is able to pull one back. Denis Bouanga just cleared that. RSL's got the ball back. Spaceman says 1-2. Oh, no. Did they score? You guys are ahead of me. Yedlin. Pass to Luna. Luna to Ojeda. Oh, what a nice goal. Wow, what a nice goal. That was a beautiful goal from RSL. Gozo with the goal. That was beautiful. Bicycle. "18-year-old Gozo with the bicycle kick." Absolute. That was an incredible goal. Incredible goal from RSL. Yeah, Salt Lake City just scored. RSL just scored a beautiful goal. What a goal from RSL. Let's watch the replay on this. That bicycle was crazy. Or sidewinder volley, but it looked like a bicycle to me. Would you call that a bicycle? I don't know. Would you call that a bicycle? I think I think it's a bicycle, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's only 18 years old. Gozo. That was a beautiful goal. Wow. This is why you have to play more. You have to play more aggressive. Stop being so conservative. Now they're just 1 point away, one goal away from this being a draw and leaving 2 points on the board. Isaiah says, "I'm back." Well, you didn't go to bed? You're staying up late? Lee Construction says, "I guess Apple TV has a delay. I'm watching in Korean screaming." Kimchi says, "Stop parking the bus after 45 minutes." Like, come on. We'll talk about that in the post game, but that's ridiculous. Poppy Lover says, "Hopefully we see an LAC downfall." Horizontal bicycle. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'd definitely say that was like the bicycle. Kimchi says, just like last week's game. Rhino says, "We need one more." Yeah, you need one more to seal the deal. We'll see if they can get. I just don't think they're going to do it because they're just playing way too conservative. Way too conservative. Austin FC wins. They'll play. They'll play in the Nashville FC in the U.S. Open Cup final. Interesting. Wow. We'll see if they can hold on to their lead. A lot of time left. Little less than 12 minutes plus added time. A lot of time left. Jay Shawnee says, "Time wasting, house time, or do they not do this in MLS?" You'll have to. What do you mean? They do time wasting, but they're playing way too conservative. Delgado with a nice spin. Delgado to Smolyakov. Smolyakov down the left side. Oh, Smolyakov going from deep. Wow. That was a decent chance. Decent try by Smolikov. Ooh. Isaiah says, Will is Larice doing a great performance? He's all right. He's okay. Angus is Nashville most likely beat. I think they will too. Almost. Yeah. Okay. So this is anybody who was asking why Dolo needs to go. This is why he always folds. He's terrible down the late stretches of games. Was that a handball? Ooh. I think that was a handball. Sonny's calling for a handball. They gonna look at this? Tell you what though. I look like he hit his elbow. That Sony and Denny are saying that this hit the elbow. They're gonna look at it. No, I guess they're not gonna look at it. If I tell you what though, if they got a penalty, they'd have to let Sony take it so he can get his hat trick. Oh, you think that Smolikov was trying to cross it? Well, it looked good. It looked good at first. No, it was. They did not call a penalty. No penalty. No penalty was called. No penalty was called, but it looked like it hit the RSL player's elbow. But they didn't call it. Final 10 minutes plus added time. LAFC up 2-1 over RSL. LAFC haven't scored a goal since the 16th minute of this match. Haven't scored a goal since the 16th minute of this match. Way too ultra conservative. Bro, how this are the VAR? How has it not been? How did they not look at the VAR? I'm not sure how they didn't review that. I didn't see it except the one time, but Sony and Denny were calling for a handball. Oh, oh no. Uh-oh. Able to clear it? Oh, passes it to Bouanga. Bouanga down the right side. To Son. Son with a hat trick. Sonny. His guy's hat trick. Sonny with his first hat trick for LAFC. Son Heung-min. First hat trick. Somersaulting. The celebration, the nail in the coffin, LAFC win this game. I feel confident. They're up 3-1. Son Heung-min gets his first hat trick for LAFC. First hat trick in Major League Soccer. When is the last time Son Heung-min had a hat trick? Great pass. I was a little nervous there because Denis Bouanga, I didn't know if he was going to screw it up, but he finds Son Heung-min. He scores. He gets his hat trick, and they seal the deal on this game. Wow. When is the last time? Anybody who knows, let me know. When is the last time Son Heung-min had a hat trick? When is the last time he had a hat trick? When is the, and you know what's crazy? Denis Bouanga had a hat trick last game. Now Son Heung-min gets his hat trick. Wow. Incredible game, guys. Incredible game. Incredible game. I'm going to lose my voice. I'm going to lose my voice tonight. And we still have to do this post game. We still have to do this post game to talk about this hat trick. 2 seasons ago, so 2023. So Son Heung-min has not scored a hat trick since 2023 when he scored one last time for Tottenham. Wow. Incredible, incredible game. Glad we did a live stream watch along for this match. Incredible game. Incredible, incredible game. Incredible game. 3-1 LAFC over RSL. A little bit less than 7 minutes left. Plus added time. Excuse me. A little bit less than 7 minutes. A little over 6 minutes. Plus added time. Left in regulation. LAFC up 3-1 over RSL. In the driver's seat to win this game. had a hat trick last game by Denis Bouanga. Son Heung-min gets his hat trick this game. 180 of you guys in the chat right now. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you're enjoying this game, if you love that Son Heung-min got a hat trick, like the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 168 subscribers away. 168 subscribers away from 10,000. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Biggest, best MLS content creator that there is. It's not even close. Thanks to you guys and your support. Kimchi says his hat trick streak ended last year. So he's had one every single season, right? Until last year. Sierra says Bouanga is the man. Bouanga, that was a good pass. I mean, it was a little behind him. I was a little scared there for a second, but it worked and he scored. He got his hat trick. Looks like Delgado's coming out. Yaboa's coming in. David Martinez is coming in. We'll see who's all coming out. Jay says, build him a statue. Isaiah says, bro, I trust Son. Looks like Sonny's coming off for David Martinez. Sonny gets his hat trick, and it looks like he's about to come off the pitch. Yep, Sonny's coming off in the 85th minute. He comes off with his hat trick. Incredible game. Best game for Son Heung-min in his LAFC tenure. And he's only played like 5 or 6 games, but this is the best game he's had. Kimchi says liked and sub. Kimchi, I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Callum says, I miss Sonny at the Spurs. Hey, at least the Spurs are playing well. You know, at least they're playing well. William says, I told you that Diego Luna can't handle to beat Son. Both played with RSL and the USMNT. It's true, they did. That I forgot about that, though. They did play both against each other twice. Jay Shawnee says, Unk still got it meme. He does. He does. Callum says, make sure you look after my boy. LAFC's looking after him. He's playing really well for LAFC. He's playing really well for LAFC. Callum says Spurs are mega so far. I think they're playing well so far. Jake Davies says, we've got a Spurs fan in the chat. Hello, Callum. You beat my favorite Premier League team in the Europa final last season. Ange did a job on us. Congrats to you and Spurs, mate. Rhino says, Bouanga, let's have another one. Bonku says, Son, thumbs up. Sonny with an incredible game. Incredible game from Son Heung-min. Crazy part is that RSL has 18 shots. RSL has 18 shots. LAFC only have 7, and they're beating them badly. But this is what we need to see, like I said. And LAFC only have 3 shots on targets, what it says. But three shots on target. RSL have 4. Expected goals. RSL is 2.59, and LAFC is only 0.53. But they made the most of all their opportunities. LAFC have. David Martinez. Oh, Denny. Open space. Is it going to be 4? Is it going to be 4? Denny? Denny seals the deal. Denis Bouanga finds the back of the net. 4th goal, front flip. Denis Bouanga finds the 4th goal for LAFC, and they put this game away 4-1 over RSL. He's got 4 goals in his last 2 games. Son Heung-min's got 4 goals in his last 2 games. Denis Bouanga and Son Heung-min are making quite the tandem in MLS. And I'll go even far to say this. We'll talk about it more in the post game. But Son Heung-min and Denis Bouanga, the best duo in Major League Soccer. Son Heung-min and Denis Bouanga are the best duo in Major League Soccer. They are. They're the best duo in Major League Soccer. Best duo in Major League Soccer. Incredible game. Incredible game for LAFC. Might be the best game they played all season. Might be the best game they played all season. Wow. Incredible performance. Incredible performance by LAFC. It's 4-1. LAFC over RSL. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1 for LAFC. Someone did predict 4-1. I don't remember who it was. Poppy Lover says, what about Obed and Roldan? They're not quite that. They're not quite that level. What an incredible game! What an incredible game! 4 goals for both players in the last 2 matches. I mean, what more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? And you just see what and by the way, we have we have a little bit less than we got like 5 seconds left plus added time. Incredible. Incredible game. Incredible game. Just getting this live stream set up for the next live stream. We're doing a live stream right after this game to talk about this hat trick. Talk about this game. We're going live right after this game. What an incredible game. Oh my God. Incredible game. Man. I've almost lost my voice. We've done two live streams back to back nights. 2 live streams back to back nights. Oh man. Chat, how are we feeling about this game? Some of you guys say it's 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning watching this game with us. 4:30 in the morning watching this game. Wow, just incredible. Just incredible. They're checking to see if this is a red on RSL. Son Heung-min. I'm just making this post about the post game, talking about Son Heung-min's hat trick. And remember, we're gonna have Nick Chastain of the Voice of Black and Gold on with us right after this game to talk about what we just saw. Red card for RSL in the 93rd minute. There's 3 minutes left. Olatunji with the red card. RSL's down to 10 men. Oh man, LAFC are on fire. I mean, they've got 8 goals in the last 2 games. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting this posted. I'm just getting this posted, talking about what we saw. I'm just so. It's just incredible what we saw. We've saw the last 2 matches from LAFC, and we're gonna break it all down. But just incredible performance. Incredible performance for LAFC. Yeah, Son Heung-min came out. I'm sorry, Son Heung-min came out in the 85th minute for LAFC, and gets the six red cards for RSL this year. Wow, yeah, they've had a lot of red cards. David Martinez looking for Moran, a little too far. Looks like Raposo has it. Raposo back to David Martinez. David Martinez to Yeboah. Yeboah goes does a dummy to Smolikov. Smolikov with a cross to Moran. Moran. Oh, good save. Good save. Wow, just incredible. Is Jake good night? Callum says he's off to sleep. Night all. Come on, Sonny. John Chan says became an LAFC fan after Sonny signing. He was never an MLS fan till after Sonny and Muller signings. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of people that have came into MLS since they've been brought to this league, and they've helped the league a lot. Mr. says they're hitting form at the right time. They are. That is the most important thing. And you see the Korean fans at this match. Incredible performance. Incredible performance by this team. Looks like RSL got it. RSL's starting to implode a little bit. RSL starting to implode a little bit. RSL starting to and Denis Bouanga is now 1 goal away. Keep this in mind. Denis Bouanga is now 1 goal away from hitting his 20 goals for the season, which would put him as the first player in MLS history to have three straight 20 goal seasons in MLS history. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible performance. Absolutely incredible performance by LAFC tonight. You couldn't ask for a better performance. Couldn't ask for a better performance by LAFC tonight. This is exactly what you want if you're an LAFC fan. You want to see this team playing well down the stretch, heading into the playoffs, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. So this is incredible. And that's the final whistle. LAFC win 4-1 over RSL in a dominating fashion. RSL beat or lose to LAFC. Son Heung-min gets his hat trick. Guys, we are switching over from this chat to the post-game recap with Nick Chastain. Catch us over there. We're going to end this right now. Appreciate all you guys. Hopefully we see all you guys join us over at the live stream for the post-game recap with Nick Chastain. We will see you guys shortly. I hope you guys join us over there. I'll see you all very, very shortly. See you there in a second.